Hey guys, I'm here with Malvis, CEO at Sogni AI. So Malvis, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're working on at Sogni.
Cool, I'm Malvis. Today we're promoting Sogni AI. Sogni is Italian for the word dreams. We're a native AI generation application similar to Midjourney. In fact, a lot of people call us a decentralized version of Midjourney.
So I'm Brendan, technical co-founder of Masa AI. We're building a decentralized data network that allows developers anywhere in the world to build with an open, permissionless data set.
So I'm Jake, the head of BD at Zero Gravity. What we're doing today is we are bringing AI onto the blockchain, and we've actually built the first decentralized AI operating system. It's modular. It's comprised of a couple of key components, but our goal at Zero G is to make AI public good, and we want to ensure that the centralization of AI, doesn't dominate the industry.
Hi, I'm Jed. I'm the head of content at Near, and I've been around for a while, building on it as well.
Hi, my name is Terrence. I'm the founder and CEO for Humanity Protocol. We're building a blockchain focused on identity. Our core focus to start is what we call proof of humanity. We think with blockchain technology, everything being anonymous, pseudonymous, it's important to actually be able to check whether transactions are being done by human beings. As we see in many different use cases, whether it's airdrops, whether it's GameFi, it's littered with farmers, bots, scammers. So what we're trying to build is a very simple solution for proving that you're a human being.
Across the panel discussion, we see a lot of the topics we see focus on AI x crypto. There's a lot of hype, there's also a lot of substance as well. What do you think is the most exciting thing for builders to be capturing when it comes to AI x crypto right now?
Yeah, when it comes to AI x crypto, I think this whole DePin narrative that's come out, it's not just hype, it's actually super useful because every year people's machines are getting more and more powerful, their internet connections are getting more powerful, and instead of us relying on big providers like Amazon and Google, we can literally power each other's networks at fractions of the cost and at 10x the speeds. So it's pretty fantastic.
I think there is a healthy amount of hype, coupled with some extremely intelligent and sophisticated systems, platforms being built that actually have real-world applications.
Right.
In every Web3 trend, like I've been in the space since 2013, there is the tendency for a lot of people to come to the hype and build things that maybe don't fit. I do think there's a huge opportunity for Web3 and decentralized incentive models to unlock really amazing use cases for AI.
And what problem that you observe, like from projects that are trying to integrate AI with Web3, and who's the target audience for Zero G?
It's a great question. So if you look at the AI landscape today, it's dominated by a couple really big players, names like Google, Meta, OpenAI. They have been, able to collect decades of data with us being their end users because, we accepted those terms and conditions. And so we've been using their platforms, and they've been basically able to generate so much data on the human activity and what we do on a daily basis.
Obviously, AI is important. I think it's great technology. People should use artificial intelligence to do a lot of things. But ultimately, I think when we think about a lot of business models, where value lies is with human beings, right? Advertising, the most important business model in the traditional Web2 world, it's going to get really challenging because when you have content that is entirely AI generated, you have deepfakes, you have videos, all that sort of stuff that is AI generated. And then more importantly, you actually have AI bots, agents, consuming this content. There's very little value for advertisers, right? You kind of want to advertise, Toyota wants to advertise to you because you might buy a car.
Right.
A bot is not going to go buy a car, right? So I think, a lot of these traditional business models are going to be severely affected by AI. And then when we sort of look at the blockchain space, ultimately, again, value lies with human beings, not with AI agents. So it's important that we're able to differentiate the two. And I think down the road, whether it's, scams with deepfakes, you look at fraud, and then to an extent, you look at all the airdrop farming, it's going to be important to be able to check whether you're a human being or not.
What is the most promising future application of this intersection that you're looking forward to see?
Yeah, I think that there's a combination of both infrastructure and then agentic networks that really work well with B2C applications. So lots of infrastructure where you can coordinate and bring together a pool of shared resources. In our case, that's data, right? Like not having to go to a huge company or roll your own infrastructure to get data that you need on a daily basis to put into your AI models.
Right.
And then in addition, like agents, like autonomous agents that you own the agent rather than the agent being owned by OpenAI. It's just a huge opportunity there.
VBI is like an R&D think tank, gigabrain AI team that is not only making sure all this hub is good, because AI is alchemy, right? Like AI is like major thinking, right? There's a lot of smart people doing a lot of big problems in that. So they're really guiding that ship, right? And then they're also building some products. You're going to have like an AI developer that's a lot of stuff isn't released yet because AI is more like it's all being built, right? Like you're going to start seeing a lot more products rolled out in 2025 and beyond. But right now, Near's putting in that infrastructure and base layer and that hub to make it be the place to go in Web3.
Well, what's really exciting about the zero-G ecosystem is it doesn't stop with just AI. If you can serve the use case of very, data-intensive AI applications, the rest is kind of a fast follow. So we're seeing fully on-chain games being able to build on zero-G, where, instead of storing things off-chain and retrieving it and introducing points of failure and latency, you're able to build fully on-chain games with the zero-G network. And that's exciting. Obviously we've got DeFi and data markets that can reside. They store everything on chain and they can retrieve it right away for a fast and low latency user experience. We're integrating with layer 1s and 2s to actually provide this modular architecture of storage and DA to the backbone of their systems as, alternative to existing systems, and to empower developers to get involved with the newest cutting edge technology that not only is going to make their user experience a whole lot quicker, but more cost effective on the bottom line without any sort of security compromise.
Last but not least, if you're new to AI and in Web3, any advice for our audience, especially those that are just getting into the space?
I would go out to different applications and platforms and just start experimenting and playing with it. There's so much out there, and there's like just so much to explore. And so every day, watch the YouTube videos like this one, check out the platforms and give them a spin.
AI seems daunting, at least it is to me. And understanding how AI agents fit within a blockchain is tricky, right? And like understanding like how you build one and how can it work within a chain. But then once you dive in, I think it all starts making sense.
Yeah, don't give up. Don't give up. Believe in your vision and pursue your vision.
Right.
And no matter what happens, there is huge amount of opportunity in this space. It's moving fast, everything's changing. But believe in what you're doing and just shoot for the moon. Be very ambitious, but break that down in small pieces so as you can execute and deliver.
My name is Simon. As I said, I work as developer experience engineer at The Graph.
So my name is Zach. I work in strategy and operations at Uniswap Labs, which is the company that invented Unichain.
Hello, I'm Pavel. I'm leading security direction at Zircuit. And yeah, I will be happy to talk more about Zircuit today.
We're seeing a lot of similar projects coming from Token and now at Devcon that are doing similar things as you guys. What is unique about the Graph?
Yeah, I mean, the blockchain data space is definitely growing. It's something that actually I like to see because it is very important that we know about what's going on the blockchain. But I would say the Graph, as of now, is the only data protocol out there that's really functioning in a decentralized way. There are a lot of other players, let's say, that just offer kind of Web 2 services of data access and that just sell data. But the Graph is truly an open source and decentralized network for data, and it's just the beginning. In June, we had the sunrise, so we had a hosted service, but that hosted service is now fully gone, and now everything runs on the decentralized network, 110 independent indexes across the world, almost 10,000 subgraphs. So yeah, I think that the graph and subgraphs are really the industry standard and one or two steps ahead.
So actually, Unichain is this one. We are the one who actually is the only one who is building this stuff or started. We have a very nice white paper on where we integrate SLS and how it works. So yeah, it's very novel and unique in some sort of way.
Based on our experience building for consumers, we've come up with new technical innovations that make the trading experience and the DeFi experience better. So for example, we have a collaboration with Flashbox where our blockchain will be 1 second block times. Most are 2 seconds, or Ethereum mainnet is 12 seconds. So that'll be 1 second at the start, and then it'll be 250 milliseconds soon after. And that just feels so instant. So for users, it's really good.
A lot of our audience are developers, builder team. What are some of the exciting ideas that you would recommend them to start building, or what are some of the trends that you are seeing people are building this year?
Yeah, I mean, like in terms of trends, there are always these industry trends, but I think like as an engineer, when you start something building, usually it's good to, you know, solve own problems. So I would love to see, first of all, experimentation with this idea of like using blockchain technology without exposing people to blockchain technology. So in my opinion, how it should be is like that when you use an application and it is, you know, blockchain and other Web3 technologies behind the scenes, but you don't even like feel it. You don't know. It's just like you have a smooth experience and everything is there and you have all these properties, like even if, but then you have all this kind of good stuff about like, even if the UI that you're using goes down, your data is still somewhere and then you can maybe connect another UI and that kind of stuff. So I would love to see more really like user experience experimentation where that's completely abstracted away. And on the other hand side, I think it's also good to just in general like experiment with all these like primitives of what's possible with blockchain or like tokens, you know, like stuff like I know how can governance be different, or like how can we make different incentive systems to people collaborate together. And yeah, on top of that, just have fun. Like I think it's very important to have fun and be goofy and do silly stuff and just try it out.
People should work on the thing that is most interesting to them, because it's really hard to build a project and to stick in it for the long term. And I think that that's the most important thing. So if you're not interested in something that you're building, don't build it and work on something that you are. For me, I really care about swapping. I really care about efficient markets. I really care about permissionless finance. And so that's why I work at Uniswap. If you want support from Unichain, you can go to unichain.org/builder. There's a form there where you can fill out for information about grants, information about co-marketing, that kind of thing. And so that's the support that we're trying to extend to developers. And hopefully it's really easy to build on Unichain. It's EVM equivalent. It's built on the OP stack. And there's also, you know, more innovations coming out throughout the year.
We just launched a mainnet. We encourage all the developers come experiment and build on Zircuit. We would be happy to see something novel and unique. So we don't want some proprietary, you know, applications. We want that people like come and explore and build and experiment. We currently have a lot of interesting programs on our network. One of them is gas campaigns. Basically, you've come and trying to develop some stuff. You spend in gas, like on fees on gas, and we can refund it in our native token. So you would have a better developer experience at the beginning of our mainnet launch.
We see the trend of this year is Web3 and AI. Do you think it's just all hype, or do you think there's a great synergy going on and we're gonna see some great potential coming out of it?
I actually think that it's pretty exciting. I think especially the programmable nature of DeFi makes it actually really synergistic with artificial intelligence. So if you are a computer program and you want to do something in finance, you need primitives that are easily programmable. And so on Unichain, if there's a lending protocol, if there's a swap protocol like Uniswap, you know, you can really, then an AI agent might be able to access that because it's already programmable, it's permissionless, it's efficient. At Uniswap Labs too, we have an API, and so we're able to provide the functionality of our website in an easy to access API. And so that could also be something that an artificial intelligence agent uses.
Interestingly, I would say AI had a big hype last year, then it went a little bit down, and then now people start to realize that actually goes very well together. Like there is this very famous saying that basically blockchain solves the AI problem of impersonation. So that's like a very obvious one, right? Like with AI, we don't really know like who created that content, blah, blah, blah. And with blockchain, we have very strong tools of of proving authorship or authenticity of some digital content, right? So that's an obvious one, but we also see much more the development also inside of the graph ecosystem. We have AI researcher teams that look into, for example, like how can we express real-world natural questions to a decentralized system like the graph that then gives you like fact-based results. So that's for example, like one of the explorations that we do in the graph ecosystem.
Our sequencer level security is relied on AI model. So how it works is that the moment when you submit a transaction and it fits the mempool, right before promotion to the block explorer, to the block production, we send in it to the Oracle, which uses AI model to understand if the transaction is malicious or not. So our Oracle is a very big partner and a very big player in the threat detection game. And yeah, we're using AI to detect malicious transactions and prevent hackers from hacking on our network.
So what are some of the challenges that the team is facing right now?
Yeah, so there's this so the graph is built with different core development teams, right? And I'm at Node, which is the original team. We build the smart contracts and the product and the graph node actually. And there's one other team called Semiotic, and they are a cryptography and AI research group from I think it's Los Altos in the Bay Area, and they started with the first was like a kind of a machine learning cost optimization algorithm. So like the different indexers start to find the right cost for their services with testing and data driven and stuff. So that's one, and then they also, as I said, like they also explored how can we get data out of the graph network with real natural language. And so there's a lot going on from their side.
It was quite difficult to understand where to fit the SLS within the existing solutions as L2Gas, OP node. So we had to figure out how to perfectly fit it so that we would not break anything, you know. Plus, we ZK VM rollup, so we want to improve the finality time of our rollup. We don't want to spend waiting 7 days to do a withdrawal. So challenges is like we working hard on SLS to make sure we can provide robust framework and detecting and preventing every malicious transaction. And also we're working hard on our ZK part. Just we want to prove every block. We want to make our L2 great, scalable.
Thank you so much for your insight. I hope our audience love what you just shared, and I'll see you guys in the next part.